Okay, hopefully I made it in time to discuss some AI. Now, we all know AI. It's been popping around left and right lately, and frankly, a lot of people are kind of getting sick of it taking their jobs. And the reason for this is because AI cannot exist without taking data from real human interactions already. So for example, if you want to make AI art, you have to have regular art first. If you want to have AI stories, you have to have people-written stories first. And with this mess of AI getting more advanced every single day, a lot of people are starting to worry that eventually some of the things like YouTube's recommendation algorithm are going to become so advanced that our free will as human beings might actually start decreasing. And a lot of people think that that's a bad thing, a terrible thing even. Some might even say it's downright preposterous. But not I, because I am a computer scientist, a soulless one at that. You see, people keep thinking that this is going to be a horrible thing, often saying things like all the fun and joy in the world is going to be manufactured eventually. But I want to say, what's really wrong with that? If I could give my life, that's dark, to the hands of an AI to determine how much fun I can have algorithmically, then I would in a heartbeat. But people don't really need to worry about that because that future AI is far off in the distance. And with so many people saying it's a bad thing, I'm starting to get a little bit worried that my perfect AI future might not actually be seen. And so I decided to come up with a plan to destroy these heretics and prove to them that AI decision life could actually be really fun. How will I do that, you ask? Simple. By using my own vacation time to turn it into an AI vacation. Now you might be saying, Nick, how exactly are you going to give yourself an AI vacation? Well, that's quite simple. We're going to use a little program called ChatGPT. Maybe you heard of it. It's kind of been going around making the big news, big bucks, big everything lately. And luckily for me, it's free to use wherever I go. And so all I did was strap GPT down onto my phone. Don't take that out of context. And I was able to use it wherever I went to make the decisions for me. And of course, every vacation needs a destination. And so I decided to let ChatGPT choose that too. By giving ChatGPT a list of multiple different vacation spots in a row, I was able to come up with a brand new vacation holiday for me and my family. And what is this vacation spot, you may ask? Why, it's simple, it's the beautiful town of Scottsdale, Arizona. Where? So apparently Scottsdale, Arizona is a town that's in the middle of the desert of Arizona. And forgive me, but even as a Californian, I did not know where that was. I mean, even out of this entire list where I could have got the possibilities of like Las Vegas, or Los Angeles, or Los something else, it chose Scottsdale. But now that we know the destination, I suppose it's time to get into something a little bit more fitting for the journey. I look like a fucking Reddit bot. And now that we're dressed for the occasion, I assume it's time to get on the road. Now let me take some time real quick. There's a few things we have to discuss before this journey actually is able to take place. Since we're using OpenAI, we have to actually manage a few things on our own end first before it can actually give us an accurate result. And the reason for this is because most of the time you give OpenAI an open-ended question, it will tell you one of two things. Do what you believe is right, or that I can't give you an answer. But as the genius I am, I have circumvented a way around that. You see, I took account of some of those people on the internet who kept making the AI say things like it's going to destroy the world, or if it was going to destroy the world, how would it do it, or what steps to take, or exactly how to pirate video games, stuff like that. And every time I would tell them it couldn't, they simply said, act as if you could. And so I decided to implement that into my own challenge. For example, if I went to a Starbucks, instead of asking what I should drink, I would ask it to play the role of an enthusiastic barista recommending a drink out of this list menu. That way the AI would always give us at least one response. And in the case that there are multiple responses, we just pick the one that it's most enthusiastic about. And the list goes on, and of course this trip was a very long time. And in fact, you can blame the AI for that, because instead of taking a plane, it told me to drive there. But it's fine, it's fine. At least I got to see those mountains way back then. You remember that? Here's a little time travel clip. But I mean, you don't need to worry about that. You have the power of editing. And because of that, boom, here we are at the first hotel. Now walking into this place, it was kind of creepy at first, kind of gave me some Twilight room vibes. But once I entered the room, I realized that these small towns actually have some pretty nice hotels. And I was excited to experience everything this hotel had. And of course, I asked OpenAI what I should do at this hotel, and it told me I should meditate. Now, as a person who bangs their head against a computer repeatedly every single day, I have to tell you, meditation is not my forte. I decided to take its advice and sit in a dark room for an hour doing nothing. So after meditating for a while, I was able to get some shut-eye, wake up, and enjoy the brand new day and go on another 10-hour drive. Now it's also at this point I should mention but with that being explained, we arrived at the hotel, and by this point I was dead tired. I wanted nothing more to go to sleep. But of course the AI didn't think so. No, the AI told me I should explore the hotel. And so I did. I explored every single hallway, every single street, even the gym, and I determined that this place seemed exactly like it was taken out of the back rooms. I don't know if it was just me, but these hallways just kind of leading to nothing, especially in this area where there's just 3 stairs that combine and lead downwards, and they all seem to come from random hallways. It definitely seemed like something out of the back rooms, if not an H.H. Holmes mansion. But with that being said, we were able to head to our room, which is actually a small house. Don't ask me how that happened. And we were able to unpack. And as we were unpacking, I decided that I should ask the AI what's the first thing I should do in the hotel. It responded with the basic things. Make sure the door is locked, make sure that everything is taken and accounted for, make sure everything is working. So after a few quick checks around the house, doing this and that, I determined that everything was in working order and we were finally ready to relax. But wait! The AI wasn't done yet. You see, I was hungry. Not hungry for food or ambition, but food. Don't question that. And so I threw a quick list of restaurants that were nearby through the AI and I had it determine one restaurant. And so we were off, walking to the restaurant. But that wasn't hard enough. As we were walking, I decided to ask the AI how I should get there. And its response was skipping. Now I don't know about you, but I am a very large man who has never skipped in the past 5 years. Damn you, 17th birthday! So, getting used to skipping was kind of a challenge. But alas, I skipped all throughout downtown, making my way down the street and to the restaurant. And to my surprise, the AI actually kind of knew what I was talking about. By simply skipping to the restaurant, I saved about 5 minutes of time. And by saving those 5 minutes of time, we actually made it to the restaurant minutes before it was closing. And the AI's hustle didn't end there. I made it order my food, and it was actually really good. I had some short rib tacos out there, and they were actually pretty good. But with that being said, I headed back to the room and ended the day. The next morning, I woke up to a really bad stomachache. Now don't ask me how this happened. Maybe it was a fish pizza from a few nights ago, or maybe I caught something walking in this random parking lot in the middle of this desert town. But either way, I did not feel that good. So I made the trek over to a really rare, kind of small town grocery store nearby. CVS. I was trying to look for some Tums in order to get my stomach kind of settled for the day to come. But as I was there, I encountered another option in the wild. You see, there were 2 kinds of Tums there. One was the normal dry Tums, and the other was this fascinating chewy Tums, which I've never tried before. Now both ones guaranteed to get the job done. One I knew would work, but the other was a rare new commodity. And so I did the only logical option. I trusted my health into the hands of the AI. I decided to get the chewy Tums because AI told me to. The AI gods told me to. And you know what? I went back to my room house hotel and it was actually really decent. So after that, made and ate some breakfast and we're off to our first activity of the day. But wait, I hear you asking, what exactly is this activity? The night before, I went through this list of different things to do in Scottsdale, Arizona. And while there were some really questionable things on the list, there were actually some pretty decent ones to be looking at. And so we asked the AI, and the thing it told us to do was go to a baseball game. Now, to most people, this might seem terrible, but for me, I actually kind of like baseball. So I decided, you know what, maybe a baseball game wouldn't be so bad, you know? First day, get some sun, get some ball, don't take that out of context. You know, it actually was pretty good. We decided to go there and root for the A's, because that is a team that is the closest to where I live. And of course, since the AI told us to do this, it had to be right. This had to be the winning team, of course. But that didn't matter because we walked around the stadium for a bit, and the stadium was actually pretty just chill to walk around. There are plenty of people just hanging out, having fun, eating weird and random foods like this random pretzel mustache thing. And you know what? At the end of the day, it was pretty fun. And you know, it was pretty fun. But we lost. So after that, with a little bit of a heavy heart, we headed down to the team store, got some merch, and then we made our heading to our next destination, to grand old Scottsdale. And as we made our way into this old city, it was actually a lot larger than I expected. Don't take that out of context either. And exploring the downtown, we saw a lot of different things. For example, an old lady parade on a bunch of pinata motor scooters. I don't know how that happened. I'm not sure if I have any footage of that, but it was definitely a weird thing that happened, and I could have sworn it might have happened in a dream. But we also went downtown and found a few different stores that had a lot of weird things. For example, prickly pear barbecue sauce, prickly pear lollipops, habanero salt with prickly pear. And don't worry, I know what you're thinking. I did not buy the hat there. You can't really see it, but right here, it says Indiana Jones. Malay. I swear that's the last one. As we were walking downtown, we also decided we were getting pretty hungry. So we stepped into this place called Raw Sushi. And as our luck was having it, our luck did actually kind of keep up. As we were having dinner there, one of the waitresses accidentally spilled some of the soy sauce all across our table. And you might be asking yourself, how is that a good thing? Well, I'll tell you how. We got their best dessert for free! I know some kind of capitalism thing, so that if you fuck up, you give people free dessert so that they keep coming back. Or like, even save your tip out of it. And for all you waitresses and waiters out there, good job. You guys are smart. But I won't lie, that cinnamon swirl, ice cream, deep fried, whatever it was, it's actually really good. Also, my heart probably stopped, which was also good news. Not really the heart stopping, actually now that I think about it, I think that was really good news. But what I meant by that was we were heading back to the hotel, and as we were heading to the hotel, I was extended an offer to gym or not to gym. Now personally, I haven't worked out in a solid 2 weeks, and that means I have no ambition to actually work out on vacation. But I asked the AI, and it told me, go to the gym. And so we headed our way out to the gym. And after this, we had to pass by some interesting buildings, but also this one that kind of looked weirdly like some kind of cartel house. I don't really know what's about that, but I mean, it was looking really fancy. And not just any kind of mafia, the ChatGPT mafia. See, I want you, ChatGPT. I know you sent me to the desert because that's the one place I'm gonna find my body. And I knew the moment that you gave me that free ice cream that you were trying to make my guard go down. Well, that is probably not the word. I'm just kidding. No. But anyways, we made our way to the gym, and since I didn't want to film anything, here's a quick little edit or something. But anyways, made our way back, and it was the end of the day. The next morning I woke up and a new challenger appears. And when she arrived, we decided to actually go out and have some breakfast. And while we were there, I decided to have some nice French toast, but also more importantly, this cool little purple drink. Now, and what might you say we were going to do today? Well, I asked the AI, and it told me another baseball game. Well, you know, that's fine. 2 baseball games in a row. It seems like it's a little bit much. You know what? We decided to go anyways, so might as well stick to the plan and stick to another baseball game. This time, we were rooting for the Giants in their own home park. So before the game started, we were able to explore the stadium a little bit, and we got to take in the massive amounts of effort, the architecture, this random ball thing that we participated in, which is kind of like a mystery box, so it kind of felt fun until we realized we had the first baseman. Now, for those of you who don't know the first baseman of the Giants, let me tell you, and I hope now you realize how dangerous this first baseman is. But anyways, he was up to bat, and he hit the ball, and he missed a struck out. We're still waiting for America's team to win. Technology, the algorithm, the gods of the predictions themselves. We lost. And with defeat on our heels, we decided to go to the one place that losers have to eat. The salty spittoon. And of course, I made the AI. No. You know what? I can't lie. I can't lie anymore. This time, I did not make the AI choose for me. I decided this AI thing. It put me in the middle of the desert, chose 2 baseball games for me to lose, made me work out, and made my arms sore the entire day. Nobody makes me work out. And throughout all of this, the AI seems to be mocking me out of its immortal throne in the sky, but no more. I decided to rip the power out of the AI's hands and give it to the closest person I know, this random waitress. So what I did is I did what any customer who's annoying would do. I said, "What's your favorite item?" And she said, "The rib tacos." Yet again, the AI is 2 steps ahead of me. I knew something was off. The AI didn't just corrupt my mind, it had also corrupted the waitress's mind. But as to throw it off, I decided to order them anyways, to show the AI that I was not afraid of its shenanigans. Anyways, I ordered them, and you know what? They did taste good, AI. But I was 2 steps ahead of you, because I enjoyed them because you expected me to hate them when you knew very well that I would enjoy them. Because I would hate them, you thought I would hate them, that I would enjoy them. And so we went on a walk downtown again. This time we explored the other part of downtown. And while we were exploring, we made a little bit of a bet. And since we were ahead of the AI, in fact, 10 steps ahead of the AI, there was no way it could statistically determine what to choose for me in order to get back for me as revenge. And of course, I rolled the dice, and it chose another baseball game? We weren't gonna let that get to us. If, as Theodore Roosevelt once said, if an AI continues to mess you over, mess it up. We just went downtown. We just kind of explored a little bit. We did a little bit of gas. Look at this funny dude. Look at this funny head dude. Look at him. Look at this little goof. Look at that. Look at those people. They're on some kind of little alcoholic trolley thing. And yes, it was early in the morning, about 7 a.m. or something. 7 or 6 a.m. But either way, we got to this specific trail and we started hiking. And that was a terrible mistake. You see, as somebody who goes hiking very infrequently, I discovered something very critical about the desert. Everything looks the same. Because everything looks the same, you get lost. And what didn't help was the fact that everywhere we went, there was little signs explaining how deadly some of the scorpions and like Gila monsters were out there. Or even this guy, who's a tarantula hawk, who is a wasp that has the most painful sting in the entire wasp species. And I can't really clarify it well enough, so I'll just kind of let this desert montage play out. Finally, we made it out of there. And it was time to play ball. And as we showed up, we realized something. None of the teams playing here actually lived in my home state, California. And because of that, we had free reign to pick what team to place. And of course, I decided to give the AI one more chance. Once more, I would give it the reins of my vacation to determine if it could determine who would win in this baseball game. And with that being said, the AI chose. at that point, I stopped believing. After all, if you're not winning, could you really be having fun? No, of course you can't. And with the rest of our time, we decided to do something unprecedented. We looked at what other people said were the best things to do here. We went online and we found something called the Butterfly Sanctuary. And with only an hour left to get there, we got there with 40 minutes left to spare. And the people, to be fair, warned us at the front desk saying, hey, listen, you're not going to have as much time as you're granted to. But that didn't matter because we were there for one thing. We were there to show that the human spirit could overcome the poor decisions of the AI. And you know what? I'm not afraid to say it. It was fucking beautiful. And also to symbolize the fact that AI was defeated, my phone just died in the middle of it. And this place was home to a wide range of various butterflies found all around the world. Not only that, but we went through and we were able to see some other things like the reptilians and the fish and the bugs. And you know, it showed to me that maybe AI wasn't exactly the best thing to determine human relaxation or human free time. Maybe AI doesn't exactly know what a human being wants. And I won't lie, there was kind of a tiny bit of doubt in my mind that maybe there is still kind of a way to determine human emotions, calculate human thoughts, to calculate human wants into some sort of algorithm so that you could perfectly determine exactly what a person wants. And I thought maybe this wasn't exactly the loss for AI. But of course, I was hit with that divine karma. Because as we were walking out, the person who checked us in was actually the site director. And as they were checking us out, they remembered us from the beginning about how we were saying that we would only get 40 minutes, but we just wanted to experience and kind of enjoy this thing. And she showed us a very human side of emotion. As we were waiting to check out with a few souvenirs, she decided to tell us to wait here a few seconds, walked to the back, printed out 4 new tickets, and gave them to us. And she told us because we weren't able to experience the whole sanctuary this time, next time we're in Scottsdale, we can come here, use those tickets, and we'll be able to get the full tour next time. And with that being said, even though I'm still a computer scientist by heart, I think that gives a point for humans over AI.